Yep, started. So let's start. First item is Christopher. The training budget, $42 per month per person. So that should cover the training cost. Addresses team's request for Darla's team on the training on LinkedIn. So any questions about that?
Is that separate from conferences, or that includes conferences, training, everything?
I think that with that amount is separate. It's not a conference. The conference should be another budget. That's my guess.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, but that seems awfully light for a conference. That wouldn't even get you into, I think, a single conference that I'm aware of. So that's a good question.
I put in the notes.
Yeah, it's already in, Chen. So.
Oh, okay. You play. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. So my item basically is a status update. So Nick Thomas suggested alternative to the on-call process, and I very much I'm going to adopt that more flexibility while still very clear responsibility. So I like that. I also sent an email today to give more time to get more feedbacks in the MR. So I said the deadline is tomorrow, and end of tomorrow, local time. Please help to pass the message to whoever is interested. A few things to do is I still need to clean up the MR and also make a few tweaks there and add a legal notes there because I got the feedback from legal team. Indeed, that's a legitimate concern. So I'm going to add more detail there to be more clear. And yes, Dan, do we think 4-hour shift are going to be available?
Yeah, so I understand the concept of reason why 4 hours proposed, but I know having tried to plan on call for 8-hour shifts, even for support, it was challenging. Yeah. So
let's
I understand. Anyway, I saw the merge request. I thought I thought from an administrative perspective, I think they did the numbers. It was like thousands of shifts, and it's like you're gonna need some special tool that automatically just juggles people and tells people that they're responsible. So anyway, it does seem like if that's the approach, you're going to have to do something about that.
The administration overhead is indeed much heavier. So I'm going to shepherd this for the first month, then probably do a much earlier retro at the 1 month mark. And if necessary, I was thinking like a 6-hour shift. That's even better than 4-hour. But let's do some retro in next month and see how that works. We got to move forward with some plan. And
agreed. And I can say that from all my staff that I've talked to, they definitely appreciate 4 hours a lot better than 12 hours. But I'm guessing there's still kind of a sweet spot there to be found. So I think retro sounds great.
I fully understand fully with you. This 4-hour shift will be a lot of administration overhead. So I'm going to shepherd that.
Yeah, you're gonna need tools to help with this because I don't think it can be done just kind of like
if I custom
2 and 2, right? It's gonna be like
if I got crazy myself in 2 weeks, I'm going to complain. I mean, I'm going to yell. This doesn't work. I mean,
did you end up with good regional balance or areas like? So I don't think there's as many engineering staff in APAC from what I've heard. So do they end up with high rotation?
It's difficult. I mean, 8 hours. I was thinking 8 hours shift, then the APAC, EMEA, and America. But APAC, we only have like 20-ish everybody. Yeah. I mean, including managers, directors, and front and back end engineers. Only 20-ish, no more than 30 at this point. So if we do the 8-hour shift between those 3 regions, you guys, the APAC guys, will be on shift a lot more often than the rest of the team.
Yep.
So now we are trying to get the balance. Everybody nominate themselves into the schedule. We still have named engineers on shift. So it's better than the add here. I mean, the add here basically was, denied by the infrastructure team. It's not predictable.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. So cool. Okay, that's that item. And then Todd, yours?
Yeah, so we've been I've been concentrating on Defend specifically for about the last week. Basically trying to get a team in place, even if it's temporarily, to start taking on the WAF work. And so I've had a couple meetings with my staff to work these things out. We still have one more meeting tomorrow, and then I think we're going to be able to get things moving. And what we're doing is we're basically we don't know if it's going to be temporary or permanent, but we're temporarily, for now, moving. We're going to move at least one person, if not two people, onto Defend to finish out the WAF work that has already been started. And I'm also, since Defend is hiring, since Defend is higher up on the priority scheme than Secure, we're starting to build out that Defend pipeline and get people in for interviews and whatnot. So we're basically, that's it, just trying to get it moving instead of stagnating. So if there aren't any questions, Bartek, you're up next.
No, but my thought is very similar to yours, where when we're trying to staff a new team, one thing that we'd like to do is seed it with existing engineers, which is a problem that I'm facing at the moment. So I've had 3 starters for growth, and there's another 3 starting on Monday. I have Ash for another maybe 2 weeks, which is really, really helpful. But I think both with the Defend team and with the growth teams, just reiterating my request to see if there's anyone that can seed the teams for several weeks to help them get up to speed. Both I'm not sure what it's like in Defend, but also with growth, the EMs will be new as well. So we've got an offer on one, but that's going to be an issue. To get around that, I've submitted a proposal for a fast boot, but we'll see if that eventuates. So we're just trying to work out ways of setting up the team for success. So reiterating, if there's any senior engineers that can help Defend or growth in the meantime, then that would be helpful. And Sean, thank you very much for arranging to get Ash on board. He's been really helpful in getting the team up and running.
Welcome. I actually also took benefit from team.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Next one, Bartek, your first vote, right?
Yeah, just that I've submitted a fast proposal for the growth team. I'm not sure who else has, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Stan, yours.
Yeah, I don't know if everyone's aware there was 2 days of secure coding training by some pretty leading experts on the topic. It was just outstanding material, and it's just too bad. I was looking at the list of people who were in that call. I think at most there were 50 people, and probably 10 or so were related to backend. So it wasn't really that many people that could have benefited from it live. I think it is just an artifact of time zones, that people were very heavy in Europe right now, and this was the end of the day for Europe. So while some people made the extra effort to stay up late, understandably, most people didn't show up. So I don't know what that means. Maybe next time we need to rotate time zones and make this more, we got to look at the critical mass and say, hey, let's do this. We're optimized for our team is, if that's Europe, that's Europe. I know that backend people were mostly seem to be involved, but this is not really just a backend issue. I kind of roped in the front end team because he was talking all of this stuff about front end related stuff, and people were joining kind of as I was mentioning this. So again, this should be emphasized that it's not just a back-end thing. It should be a whole, engineer-wide kind of training that we need to push out. So
yeah, in fact, I was going to just kind of tie into what you were saying, and I've already begun talking with my staff about having, whether you want to call it like homework or spend, a couple hours a day for the next week or so to go through that training and actually watch the training, because I think it's critical for them to get this. So we're just kind of brainstorming on how we can get it assigned to the individual contributors to actually go
Yeah,
through
it might be useful to break up the video because it's 16 hours of recording. Even with links and stuff like that, it's very hard to kind of remember the different topics. So maybe the thing to do is have somebody edit these videos down to like these are the topics, and then kind of check them off so that people don't have to feel like they're digesting 16 hours or going back to the exact time that they were listening, and they can just kind of do them in segments.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's actually not difficult to do. Just using the Apple's what's that, iMovie. You can chop the video.
I hope you can do it online with YouTube, because like having to download, re-encode, upload, and I'm sure you can do it. It's just it's a lot of back and forth. But anyway,
yeah.
So maybe we need to find somebody, a content person, to kind of just say, hey, can we splice these videos up a bit and have links or something? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe the simplest thing to do is actually just break them up and link to the YouTube like beginning and end, and maybe that's probably the simplest thing to do.
Okay. Who wants to follow up this? Is there a content team, or do we know?
I would push on someone in security team like James Richte and Ethan Strike, who have been running these.
Okay.
I would ask them to, hey, can we just start some sort of handbook or some link, and just he probably he had an agenda. We can just link the different video clips to the agenda.
I see someone pinned in the company announcement channel today. So Ethan Strike. So I will ping him to see if he can help to break up the video. Okay, cool. My next item is mine. So just a heads up, the product manager, Patrick Dooley, requested another global optimization for ecosystem. The issue link is there. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, just a heads up. We'll be probably going to Tim or Dahlia's team. Todd and Bartek, your teams are so new. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the end of the agenda today. Going once. Twice.
Well, how's everyone's OKRs?
Okay, yours. New prize.
Just more of as a social topic. How are we all doing? That's all.
I'm doing.
I love that Bartek and Ash are like the friendliest people in the company. They'll just like, how are we doing? It's great. No, I love
it. Yeah, I love it.
All right, yeah. No, I get it. We're all busy setting everything up for end of quarter. I've got to see how mine all went and what ones to put in for next quarter.
Yeah, well, I'd say weather-wise here in Portland, it's wonderful today. Couldn't ask for much better, quite honestly. This is the quintessential Portland day, where it's cloudy in the morning, the clouds burned off around lunchtime, and now it's just downright pleasant. So,
no, that's lovely to hear. That's the sort of stuff that helps lift our spirits, which is good.
Yeah,
temperature is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's funny because on Sunday I tried to go to the beach with my family. We went at like 9 a.m. and we headed north of San Francisco. It was perfect where we were. Then we went to the beach, and it was like 60 degrees and windy, and there were hang gliders like out there, like how it's that windy, and the kids weren't so happy. So we turned around, went south 20 miles, and it was 80 degrees. And
yeah.
The dark microclimates.
Yeah. Here we have 70s. I think it's 70s.
Yeah. I think the high today for us is going to be like 80, 81 degrees, which, like I said, perfect for Portland and the summertime.
Yeah.
So,
indeed. Okay. Looks like everybody is doing well. So Have a good day, Bartek, and have a good evening, everybody else.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.